Hey guys, welcome back to Jurassic Collectibles. I'm armed with my Switzerland mug of tea. Hello to any Swiss viewers. And today we've got a very exciting review for you. We're going to be looking at this. One of the tallest Papo figures I've seen in a while. This is the 2018 Therizinosaurus. You can find the item featured in today's review and more at everythingdinosaur.com. Check out their site today. Probably one of the most highly anticipated Papo figures for 2018 is the Therizinosaurus. And it's got this really bold, upright stance with 1 foot lifted off the ground, and there are no standing issues. This thing is firmly seated, and that's really nice to see, because when I saw this thing, I thought, is it going to be top heavy? Is it going to be able to balance? But it balances absolutely fine, and Papo are a master at getting their figures to stand and display beautifully. When this thing was found originally in fossilized form, the only thing they found were the finger claws, and they measured a whopping meter long. So you can imagine the intrigue that caused when they found this thing in fossilized form. Okay, so let's take a closer look at this guy. Starting off with the head sculpt, I really do love the work that's gone into this. Absolutely beautiful, very, very convincing. I love the way the eyes are seated with that black line, and they've got a nice high gloss on them to make them have a sort of genuine wet look. The beak just looks really nicely sculpted and painted. Just very, very genuine looking. Now this one does have an articulated jaw, so if you open up the jaw nice and wide, you can see we've got flesh at the top here, not at the bottom. So it's almost like this flesh has been pulled up to join with the upper jaw flesh. I'm not sure how I feel about that, whether I would have preferred just all pink flesh here, but they have used a nice high gloss on that pink area. They might be trying to replicate the look of birds' jaws. I'd have to go and have a look at some reference. Really nice high gloss use on the tongue and the interior of the mouth. Very, very nice indeed. And then as we move into the neck, I notice a step from detail on the head down to sculpted detail in the neck. It just becomes a little bit more broad, so I don't know if they sculpted the head separately and then shrunk it down to retain all that lovely detail, but it does feel like we cross over into more broad sculpting, but no less detailed. So you can see we've got really nice fine feathering going on all the way down the back of the neck, really lovely genuine looking creases and weathering going on here in the neck flesh. Really, really cool. Lovely clear musculature as well as we join up with the shoulder area. Really lovely fine feathering going on here down the back of the neck. Very, very nice indeed. And then you can see we've got a really beautiful wing going on here in the forelimbs. And then we join up with those beautiful finger claws. Look at the size of those. Wow. Really nicely weathered fingers as well underneath. They've done a really nice sort of fine cross hatching for the sculpting on the fingers there. And you can see each of these individual feathers has been sculpted with little striations running down them. So that's the kind of attention to detail they've paid. As we move into the torso area, really nice bulbous torso. I'm quite a fan of that. And I like the fine feathering going across the back. It's a little bit clear cut here where it transitions into the torso. So that's something I notice. Really nice veining going on here, and nice feeling of the chest sort of bursting out here. Very, very nice indeed. There's some nice little fine white spots going on, which just break up the sort of general brown feeling of the torso area. And you can feel here where the rib cage has come down, and then this is where the kind of rib cage ends here. Very, very nice. And then as we move into the upper leg, you can see some nice defined musculature under all that beautifully sculpted fur. I love all this detail that's going on, all this movement in the fur. Really beautiful. As we move down into the lower limb, again, nice clear musculature, beautifully sculpted and weathered foot. Look at that. Papo have really got this nailed. Nice transition with some pink flesh underneath. Again, they've done cross hatching underneath. Very bird-like and very genuine looking. I can't really fault that. That just looks real. Then as we move into the tail, again, really nice fine feathering going on. Really nice movement in those feathers. Nice sculpted underneath. Unfortunately, we've got a logo here which spoils the sculpt, but you'd never see that because it's going to be resting like that. So not too much to worry about. Really nice overlapping feathers here again, really sculpted nicely with nice fine striations. So we move into the other side, nicely sculpted scales underneath. Nice bulging musculature here in this leg as it's picked up. So you've got a contrast in the pose, one foot is down and one foot is up, and the muscles are all really bulging here, really, really nice. You can see there's a nice sculpted foot there, very bird-like. Got the little dew claw coming around the back there. As we move up into the bulbous torso again, nice variation in the paint scheme. You've got some dots of brown and some light little spots there. Again, the transition from the feathering is a little bit harsh, but that's a minor gripe. Beautifully sculpted wing and hand claws. Look at that. Incredible. And then we move back up into that gorgeous head sculpt. And I love the little touch of turquoise that they've used there. Just very bird-like. I really like that. So in terms of size, I have to stress that the fact that this one is so upright, it really does make an impression. So if you're looking for a Papo figure that will really stand out, I definitely suggest this one this year, because it's just a really odd proportion. It just really stands out. So in terms of the scale, if I bring in my tape measure, you're looking at about 8.5 inches, about 21, 22 centimeters. And in terms of the length to the end of the claws, you're looking at about 8.5 inches, which is about 21, 22 centimeters. Size comparison time, here's the Therizinosaurus next to the 2018 Amargasaurus. We have reviewed this one on the channel, link is down below, but you can see how much this Therizinosaurus towers. Next, let's bring in the 2018 Acrocanthosaurus, which is a 2018 repaint, and we have reviewed this one on the channel, link is down below. But you can see these two actually display really nicely. So if you're looking to get two figures from the 2018 line that complement one another, I think these two actually look really good. It looks like the Therizinosaurus is in the defensive pose while the Acrocanthosaurus is coming in for an attack. So yeah, I really like how these two complement each other. Next, if you're looking for something familiar, here's a Papo Tyrannosaurus Rex. It's one of the variant paint schemes that we have reviewed on the channel. But this one looks really nice next to Therizinosaurus and gives you some idea how tall this figure really is. It's a really tall piece. Lastly, let's bring in our good friend, it's Off-Color Alan, to show you just how big this Therizinosaurus figure is. To be honest, if I was Alan, I'd be pretty worried. So there we have it, guys. That was today's look at the brand new Papo 2018 Therizinosaurus figure. I'm a big fan of this figure. I know some people have been put off by the kind of outlandish look of this thing, but I'm a huge fan of the sculpt. It's just incredible and so artisanal. It just looks absolutely amazing. It feels like this is a commissioned piece or a sideshow piece, really unique and will really stand out on your shelves. This is quickly becoming my favorite figure of 2018 from Papo, and yeah, it will certainly stand out on your shelf if you are a Papo collector. Beautiful detail, beautiful paint job, very, very small minor gripes about this one, but yeah, it would not put me off getting this figure. Okay guys, let me know, will you be picking this one up? In the meantime, rate, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Now you've seen it reviewed, why not pick up your own at everythingdinosaur.com, link is in the description.